Well, hey guys, it's Kevin again, and in this video, I'm going to review to you this movie I just saw. I got it from my local library, 21 Jump Street. Now, I was really looking forward to this. I heard really good things about it, like it's the funniest movie ever, it's the funniest movie 2012, especially was looking forward to it when it won for the best comedy in the U Reviewers. If you don't know what the U Reviewers are, you know, it's a movie award show on YouTube. I'm not gonna really get into it, but this one for best comedy in the U Reviewers. So I was really looking forward to it. Plus, one of my probably my favorite channel on YouTube, Pretty Much It, put this in. Eric from Pretty Much It, he put this in his top 10, and I was really looking forward to it. And as a result, I just have to say, this is one of the funniest movies I think I've ever seen. It is absolutely hysterical, and I loved every single minute of it. So this movie is basically about, well, it's about these two guys who basically, one of them was Jonah Hill's character. His name is Schmidt. Schmidt, who's Jonah Hill's character, he was bullied in high school by, what's his name? I'm sorry, I didn't look up the names. Oh, Greg. He was bullied by Greg, and, but they end up being police officers, and, they end up being friends, actually. They end up being friends, yeah, one day, they find this person who's taking drugs, basically, and, Ice Cube's character, who is, what's his name? Captain Dixon, he basically assigns all of the police detectives to go to high school and find this guy and try to uncover details and find supply. But they end up posing as high school students, and they end up trying to fix things in high school, and they find that high school has changed since they went to high school. For example, you know, Jonah Hill thinks that, you know, Schmidt thinks that the arts is gay and everything, and it turns out that that's what all the cool kids are doing. I think my favorite part is when Channing Tatum's like, dude, only wear one strap, and then they're there, and they're all wearing two straps, and he's like, we gotta wear the two strap. The two strap is trending right now. And I found that to be really funny with the backpack. In the meantime, though, Schmidt meets this girl who's really into him. And the girl's name is Molly, and she is also in the play, and she's doing the play. And he and Greg have to find this kid with the drugs. Now, as simple as this seems, it is very funny because it is a very funny movie with some very random moments, but it is absolutely hilarious. Like, every scene in this movie is laugh out loud funny. It is the only movie, though, I recommend on this channel that's rated R. I do not recommend young children to watch this because it has, like, a lot of cursing. Now, I want to talk about what I liked the most, which was the acting. I thought Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill worked great together. Who I thought did a better job was, I thought Jonah Hill was fantastic. I had no idea he could sing because he auditions for Peter Pan, and they end up taking the drugs from the guy, and they end up getting high, and so he ends up singing I've Got a Crow from Peter Pan, the musical, and he was hilarious in that scene, and I didn't even know he could sing. I thought it was great. But who I was really impressed with was Channing Tatum. I didn't know he could be that funny. You know, I'm so used to Channing Tatum being so serious and not really like this, and I didn't know he could be that funny. So Channing Tatum really is a really great actor because he did fantastic in this. I didn't know he could be that funny. And this is probably Jonah Hill's best movie so far. Like, in years from now, everyone's going to say, hey, remember Jonah Hill's best film, 21 Jump Street? I'm going to say it right now, though. This is probably the best comedy I've seen. Of all the comedies I've seen all year, this is the funniest one because it is absolutely hysterical. And it's only called 21 Jump Street because they're on Jump, because the street they live in is called Jump Street. That's the only reason why it's called 21 Jump Street. So it is nothing like the show 21 Jump Street, although Johnny Depp does make a cameo. Now, I do want to get to some spoilers here, so if you have not watched 21 Jump Street, don't watch the rest of this review because there's a lot that I can talk about for spoilers, so here we go. So the main thing I want to talk about with the spoilers is the scene where, the fight scene in the play with Schmidt and Greg basically fighting because he did not make it to the play on time, and I found that to be a very good scene. Plus, this movie gets kind of dramatic after a while, but it is still a comedic movie. But they end up getting fired from their job. I didn't really think that was going to happen. I thought this movie wasn't going to have a sad moment. I kind of thought it was just going to be driven comedy, but I like that it kind of had a little bit of heart in the end. I like that. Plus, I also love the romance. I didn't know there was a girl in there who Schmidt was going to fall in love with and things like that. Now, I also want to talk about the scenes with the gang. Oh my god, that scene where they shot the guys, he's like, "You shot my dick off, get my dick!" And that where they shoot his dick off, I thought that was hilarious. And I didn't know the movie was going to be as violent as it was. Like, the third half of this movie is very violent. They showed a lot of blood. I didn't know I thought Channing Tatum was going to die, like, Greg was going to die. But then I thought, it's a comedy, that's not going to happen. And I really also loved everything about this movie. It's definitely going to be on my top 10 for when I do the update of the top 10 best movies. This replaces Diary of a Wimpy Dog Days as the funniest movie of 2012 by far. It held my interest the whole time. I loved everything about it. I thought Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum worked so good together. So if you have not seen 21 Jump Street, I highly recommend you check it out. It is so funny. You'll be laughing. I'm still laughing thinking about a couple of scenes. It's just so funny. But it's not for kids. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Do not give this to your 7-year-old. It is not for 7-year-olds. They say the F word like I think 200 times. And there's not one scene where they don't curse. But overall, I really loved 21 Jump Street. It held my interest the entire time. And I'm really impressed by Channing Tatum's acting. So let me know what you guys thought of 21 Jump Street. And I just want to know right now, what do you guys think is the best comedy right now? And here are your choices. 21 Jump Street, Diary of a Wimpy Dog Days, which I don't think anyone's going to pick. I just picked that because that was the only comedy I saw of 2012 at the time. I know I'm stupid. 7 Psychopaths, Ted. What was your favorite comedy? For me, this was my favorite, but what was yours? That is it for my review of 21 Jump Street. Hope you enjoyed it. In my next video, I'm going to review a not as popular movie, Dark Shadows, so stay tuned for that. Bye!